Hi everybody, it's Psychic Medium Kelly Miller, and I wanted to shoot this video to talk to you guys a little bit about the pandemic that is going on here across the nation and some things that we can do to kind of help you with the anxiety that's coming with it. So a couple of things. One, I'm fully aware that they are quarantined and we're quarantining sick people, and that we are also, canceling and postponing a lot of big events and things like that. And that honestly is best interest for the public health. So I understand why we're doing that, because we really don't want to have the hospitals overrun with a bunch of sick people. So a couple of things, though, that we can talk about on how to de-stress over this, because people are kind of scared about what's going on. And I want to reassure you, this too shall pass. It always does. So a couple of things. Number one, the one thing that I went grocery shopping a couple days ago, and we all got the phone call of how school was being postponed for a little while, for a few weeks actually. And the one thing I noticed at the grocery store that I hadn't noticed in a long time is how kind everyone was, how patient and kind. And I thought, wow, it takes a disease to come through for everybody to really start coming together. And I'm going to tell you what, that's the one thing that's great, not only about Nebraska, but about the Midwest, is that we come together as a community and a family to take care of each other. So first things first, if you know somebody that's living paycheck to paycheck, check in on them. See how they're doing. It might be a family friend. It might be a family member. It might be somebody, but check in on each other. Check in on your neighbor. Check in on your family. And it's time to regroup as a family structure. This is going to make your family stronger. Sometimes emergency situations brings out the best in people. It brings out some of the best innovations or inventions as well. So a couple things. Number one, I'll tell you, since we're in a forced neutral position, we're all being forced to take a time out. There's some things that we can do that are really great when we're neutral. So number one, I mentioned it before, it's going to reestablish your family structure. It's really great bonding time because we've all been busy. We've all been super, super busy. And I love this because it's forcing us now not to be busy. So first things first, now's the perfect time to learn how to meditate. So if you've been trying to figure out how to meditate, now you've got time. Now you've got time to learn how to do it your own way. There's plenty of different ways to learn how to meditate. Now's the perfect time to learn. Second thing, get your house in order. So there is one thing you can do to control things, and that's within your own home. So now's the best time to repaint, remodel, and get those pesky projects done that you've been putting off for a while. Remember, this isn't forever. This is just temporary. Pretty soon, we're going to start working again. So, and then you're not going to have time for that, for getting those projects done. So now's the perfect time to get things done. So the other thing you can do is get your butt outside. So now is a great time to get out in Mother Nature, because I'll tell you what, Mother Nature has a wonderful way of grounding us down. Now, fear resides in the root chakra. So the root chakra deals with survival blocked by fear. So if you go outside, it's going to help you to open up your root chakra. A couple things that you could do to open up the root chakra: eat your root vegetables, potatoes, carrots, things like that. That's really going to help with the fear or the anxiety. Patchouli is a great oil for that. Again, getting outside, any black crystals would be excellent. So like black onyx, black tourmaline, anything, obsidian's great. And anything red or black is also going to help with that. So anything to open up the root chakra to help you feel a little bit more stable and balanced with this one. So the other thing is, it's a perfect time for goal setting. It's time to reestablish where you were, where you're at, and where you want to go. So now's the perfect time to get your goals. Short-term goals, long-term goals. Write them down. So it's great to, it's time to check in with you. It's really time to have a sit down, come to Jesus meeting with yourself and say, okay, what's most important here? And you're going to find a lot of things really aren't that important. So, but it is time to reestablish who you are and where you're going and who with. So And then lastly, now's the time to learn new things. So there's plenty of things you can learn on YouTube. There's plenty of new things that, there's plenty of teachers out there, plenty of books, things like that. Go with whom resonates with you and learn new things. Why not? So I know that a lot of my workshops I'll start doing more online so that way people don't have to leave the home if they don't want to. So this is really going to force us to not only use technology to communicate with each other, but it's going to really force us to check in with each other. And I'm sorry, that's a really good idea. Lastly, I want you to turn off the TV. Turn off the TV, especially for my empaths. So my empaths can't handle the negative hits all the time because they end up taking that personally. So it's time to turn off the TV. It's time to put down the phones when it comes to social media and get back to the basics. It's all about simplicity, basics, and grounding. That's where your happiness is going to lie. So hang in there, guys. This too shall pass. It always does. So take your time with things, be patient, and be kind to one another because we are all going through the same situation. Take care of each other, okay, guys? Have a good afternoon. God bless.